Do you want to know why the Fiend Reynolds bars are the perfect bar straight from the manufacturer? Today we're going to do an explain and review on the Garrett Reynolds signature Fiend bars. Like always, we want you to subscribe to our channel, hang tight, because later on in this video we're going to tell you how you guys can win a bunch of free parts from us and possibly win a free bike. We're also going to tell you all the specs about these handlebars, and we're going to tell you where you guys can buy these. So let's get it done. First off, if you're familiar with BMX, you should know who Garrett Reynolds is. Pretty much he's the king of everything. He can pretty much ride everything from trails, street, park, and just pretty much anything. He's a native from New Jersey, and he just absolutely slays it to perfection when he rides. I've seen a lot of people ride, and we all get lazy and we tend to just take a clip here and there, but he's more of the type of person that will keep going back and back until he gets it right. So mad respect for that, because it takes a lot of courage and balls to go back and accomplish something to a perfection rather than just, kind of just accepting, hey, I got close or whatever. So mad props to him. He definitely slays it. You've seen him in tons of videos, just absolutely killing it. Definitely always has the last part, because the last part is always the best. And he's just the king of that. Has so many awards and gold medals, and pretty much just plays with everybody out on the course. And I don't know, it always cracks me up because he can just literally one up anybody. But he's the most humblest dude that you've ever met, and just an all awesome person all the way around. But I think this part that he designed just comes in amazing, just straight out of the box. So let's talk about it a little bit. First off, the number one thing about these bars that I really noticed and that I kind of appreciate is that they come straight from the manufacturer, just ready to go on your bike. And with that said, it's just got the perfect geometry. It's got a pretty simple geometry, which is like 12-degree back sweep and 1-degree up sweep. So if you want to know what that, we talked about it a bunch of videos before. If you want to know a little bit more about it, or maybe some different things, maybe 4-piece bars, you check out some of our other videos and just go through there, listen to that, and it'll kind of describe the difference between the 4-piece bar and the 2-piece bar. But for the most part, they're kind of built the same, or built out of the same ideas. So if you drew a straight line right here and you tilted it back a couple degrees, it'll actually go back, and that's where the actual handlebar comes in. If you notice, the handlebars aren't flat. It's not like a chopper where it just has a flat bar, or a mountain bike that has a flat bar where there's no bend, or just a straight tube. It actually has like a slight bend back, and that's where the back sweep comes from. Basically, it just bends back 12 degrees to give you that perfect bend. A lot of these bars are Madrell bent, and basically they use a machine and they bend the tube. So there's usually a straight bar here, then it bends right here, straight again, and then it's bends here again. So that kind of makes the bend, but also from bending it here, it also bends it back. So that thing's all electronically computerized and programmed, and it tells the machine to bend it in a certain way. So what they do is they bend them, and they usually have a little jig, or there's a device where if it's on a level surface, you can lay it down and put the device on there, and it'll actually tell you if this handlebar is bent to 12 degrees. So if you're getting a good handlebar, which a lot of the brands all the brands that we carry, they all have amazing manufacturing. So they make sure that all the bars are bent perfectly to the exact degree. If you buy a cheap handlebar, a lot lower cost. Most of the brands that we don't carry, you run into this all the time. They kind of skimp on the manufacturing, and they just kind of let stuff slide through because it just looks like a handlebar. And they know that if you're buying something expensive, you're not really too knowledgeable, so they can kind of slide it through you and cheat you out of a little bit of things. But on the higher end stuff, that's where the price comes into play. So if you're getting a bar and you're spending a little bit more money, you're actually paying for perfection. So a lot of people just think that, oh, it's just a bar, 2-piece bar. No, it's not. It actually is a little bit better quality, and there's a difference between a high-end bar like this and a $20, $30 bar. So get what you pay for. Realize that when you spend a little bit more money, it's not just because it's a tube bent like your exhaust system, because it's a way different machine. Similar machine, but it actually computerizes and bends these things to perfection. And then they have people that actually look at the bars and make sure that they're the right degrees. So that's the back sweep and on these bars, and then the up sweep is going to be from the center here to the angle that it's bent up. These ones here are 1 degree up sweep. So they bend 1 degree up, so it kind of gives your hands like a little bit of curve like this. And it makes it feel nice, because if you put your hands out like this and you actually look at them, your hands aren't flat. They actually taper back a little bit. So if you're looking at your hand and you held the handlebar, the bars aren't flat like this. It doesn't feel good if the bars are like this. Actually, when you grab the bar, look at where it sits. It's not perfectly straight. Like, it's actually slanted a lot, because the way your hand's designed is, if you look at it, even you can see your palm. Your hand's gonna grip the bar here, and then the bar's gonna stick out down here, because your pinkies are a lot smaller than your big hand, or your index finger. So the bar is not straight. So allowing that up sweep to happen, you basically just grab the bar and makes it a little bit more comfortable. So very, very cool. Allows you to get a little bit more control on it, and just basically just ride bikes and just do some cool stuff because it's comfortable. Another thing that we noticed that's got some good knurling, if you're not familiar with knurl, it's a little grip area that's right there on the bottom. It looks like a bunch of diamonds, but that allows the bars to clamp on the stem. Without knurl, they used to do like lines and stuff like that. It didn't really work too well. So the knurl is where it's at. They got a little machine that rolls it. It's little rollers, and it rolls it and it creates this little knurl. And what that does is it grips inside your stem, and just allows your bars to not spin. But some of you guys, you may notice that your bars are moving forward and backwards, and you're like, hey, why is it gonna stay still? I got a handlebar here and I got a stem here. The thing is that you get what you pay for, and sometimes when you're buying like a complete bike or something like that, they usually don't come with like a high-end chromoly handlebar. So this one's 4130 chromoly that goes all the way through. I believe it's butted too. I think it's 12 butted. So butted means it's thick here, thin here, thick here, thin here, thick here, and then all the way. So it's a custom butted handlebar. So when they actually go in and bend it, it's bent right here in the perfect spots. If they just randomly do it, it's not going to line up, and it's not going to create strength where you need it. So pretty cool on these. These bars are one of the lightest handlebars. I believe they're around like 27 ounces, maybe a hair higher. But these are one of the lightest handlebars, and you know they work wonders for park and street and pretty much everything. If Garrett's riding it, you know they're going to hold up. You know they're going to be light, and you know they're probably going to spin very well. So that's kind of the difference between them. But like I was saying, if your bars are moving forward and backwards, it's usually because it's not made out of chromoly. So your stock bars are probably high tensile steel. You're probably out riding your bike. You're probably more athletic than the guy next door that's just cruising around, hitting a couple curves and stuff. You're probably the guy that's jumping like 4 or 5 feet, 6 feet, maybe 10 feet, compared to the other guy that's barely jumping 1 or 2 feet, trying to get used to it. So, or you may not be jumping very far. You might be just crashing because you're that squirrely guy. So if you're crashing and you're just that one guy that just goes for it, you're gonna spend a little bit more money on parts, because you're gonna crash, you're gonna bail. It's just like off-road, it's just like any active sport. If you're barely crashing, letting your board go, and it hits the rail, whatever, it's gonna break, and you're gonna end up having to buy another one. So don't come over here saying, oh, that part's, this is junk and da-da-da. You know what I mean? Really, you're see-through. A lot of us see it. We know you're that type of guy. So even when you're just talking, we don't really hear you. So realize that when you're out there riding and you're doing this type of stuff and you bail or something like that and it breaks, be honest, just say, hey, you know, I bent it. Most of the time, the guys at the shop, or maybe even the manufacturers might be like, hey, this guy's going for it. Hey, I think that's pretty cool. I think he's honest. Let me help him out. And that's when they start helping you out, trying to, you know, help you out because you're trying to ride, you love it, and they know it's not cheap. So being honest goes a long way. It definitely helps out us because then we understand what we're doing wrong and like how we can fix it. So if you're bailing and stuff and bending the bars, they might want your input. Same thing here at the shop. We want to know what goes on, so we want your parts to last long too. But if it's something happening like that, we're gonna, hey, you know what? He's bailing, he's going for it. Let's hook him up. We'll hook him up with the discount on this. But end of the story is if they're moving a lot, be honest, just let us know what's going on, or just upgrade your bars. Upgrade them to a chromoly bar. If it's continuing doing that, it might be even your stem. Your stem might be worn out from moving so many times and grabbing it by the stem and, you know, ripping it in there and bending them back. So not really bending back, but pulling them back. So it'll actually grind out that aluminum stem. So eventually you're gonna have a perfect circle in there, and it's actually not gonna be big enough to clamp this. So some of you guys have seen it. Some of you guys also too, they crank them down super, super tight before you figure out where you want them. And what happens is you actually mushroom them and squash them. And then when you jump or anything, all it's doing is it's kicking back right to that same spot. So think about that before you let your buddy grab a crescent wrench and rip on those Allen wrenches and crank them down. It doesn't need that. Just make sure it's clean from grease. Make sure that the little gap on the stem cap is even. Take your time, don't be impatient. Understand everybody's going out riding, but you don't have to be in a hurry, because if you take off and you don't clamp it right, then you're gonna be the one guy sitting out because your bars will keep on moving and stuff like that. So take your time, you know, respect the parts because they're gonna last a little bit longer. So if you are having those problems, think about getting a set of these Fiend Reynolds bars because they just come perfect from the manufacturer. Like I said, have awesome knurl. These come in 875, which these are, and they also come in 9, which is standard is. That's kind of cool because there's not too many bars being made that are 875 that are super light and are just the perfect geometry. So that's pretty cool. And then also 9s are the most selling bar. So that's really awesome that they make these in 9 now. And these also come in black, and then they come in chrome. A lot of people come in and they want the shiny chrome, but you gotta realize that black is a lot easier to do. It's a single coating, it's just a chromoly bar, and maybe they clean it up and then they powder coat it, and then the process is done. You gotta realize that chrome's a lot harder to get, and it's very dangerous for our environment. So with that said, the actual chroming process is way more expensive. So if you expect to get a bar that's black for the same, at the same price as a chrome bar, you're out of your mind. There's no way that you're gonna ever do that. So expect to pay more. Usually it runs about 10 to 20 bucks more for chrome because it's got a different process. It takes 3 different metals. I believe it's like nickel, copper, or I think it's like, I can't remember the actual order, but it's like nickel and copper, and then or copper, then nickel, and then chromoly over it to add the chrome effect. So there's 3 different processes, so they have to run these things through 3 different things. But also too, they gotta make sure that these things are nice and polished before they even do that process. So it's polishing these, then doing that, and doing the 3 different coatings, and then making sure they're polished as well afterwards. So that's a lot more work than just spraying these things with some paint, sticking them in an oven, and then bam, they're done. So expect to pay a little bit more for chrome. Don't bicker and complain at the shops because you've seen the price at this much and why is it this much, because you didn't select the actual chrome one. So expect to just pay more. Really pay attention, see what you're actually selecting on there, and just realize that chrome's a little bit nicer and it lasts a lot longer, so it's definitely worth the money. So pretty much, these come in black, they come in chrome, they come in 2 different sizes, 875 and 9 inch, and the different sizes means the height. So from the center here to the center bar here is 875 on these bars. On the 9 inch, it's 9 inches from center to center, and that creates the height. So, yep, there you go. And another thing, the main reason why we said these things are perfect right from the manufacturer is that Garrett did something special that a lot of other bar manufacturers didn't do, and he likes his bars really short, which most bike riders do. And a lot of bars come in 29 inches to, I would say some come in 30, the real big bars, but usually those trail bars. But they go from about 29 to about 28 length, and a lot of us, we actually cut them down. So we cut them from like a 1/4 inch to like a 1/2 inch. Some people even do 3/4 of an inch. But these ones are cool because straight out of the box, they come in at 27.25 inches wide. So you don't have to spend another 10, 15 bucks at the bike shop for them to cut it down. And now you guys also complain about paying, 70 or an extra 10, 15 bucks to have the shop cut down. But you got to realize that you don't have the tools, and those tools ain't cheap, and you can't buy them for 10 or 15 bucks. A hacksaw costs minimum of 20, 30 bucks, and that blade that comes stock on it is probably not going to cut this hard chromoly handlebar. So paying the guy an extra 10, 15 bucks to cut your bars is worth it, because he's going to use a $40, $50 guide where it cuts it perfectly straight. Then he's going to use a higher end hacksaw, probably around 30, 40 bucks. And then he's going to use a higher end blade, which is probably going to run him about 5 or 6 bucks for the blade. And it's going to cut it out super smooth. And then he's going to clean up the edges so that it almost looks stock. So paying a little bit extra money for somebody that knows what they're doing and doing it right and that has the tools is definitely worth it. So support your local bike shop or just the shop that you guys deal with, and allow them to cut your bars if you end up buying a different set of bars that are a little bit wider. But if you don't want to pay that money and you want your bars already 27.25, then buy these Fiend Reynolds Bars because they come out of the box perfect. So mad props to Fiend, mad props to Reynolds for creating these bars. Another cool thing is that it comes with a super rad sticker, and we like the fact that it says always fiending, because our motto is always stacking, never slacking. So very cool. There's a little skull on there with the little deuces up there. I'm not gonna say what it is, but you know what I mean. But yeah, very cool sticker. They also make a t-shirt in this. It looks super rad. So the actual logo on here is very cool. There's not a bunch of gaudy stickers on it, not a bunch of weird stuff on it. So very simple, easy to remove if you just like removing it, you just like the bar. But yeah, mad props to those guys for creating these bars and definitely making an awesome handlebar. And yeah, they got awesome welds, and yeah, pretty much good job, guys. Keep it up. We like your products. So we said that we're going to tell you guys how you guys can win some free parts from us. So all you got to do is subscribe to our channel. Make sure that you like this video. Then we want you to comment below. Tell us what you like about our videos. Tell us what you don't like about our videos. Tell us a new product that you want us to review that we haven't posted yet. Tell us some kind of bike maintenance that you would like to know about, because we're going to start doing some bike maintenance on here too. Then also just let us know what's on your mind. Maybe it's something I don't even think about, but just let us know in the comments below. We're going to read through those, and all those things help us. But also what that does is it helps you enter into the contest for some free parts. So but then also we want you to share this video, because if you share the video, it's going to help us get to our goals. So our goals are 1,000 subscribers, and at 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give you guys a free parts package from all the brands that we carry here, and we're going to hook you guys up free of charge. So all you're going to have to do is comment below and like it, share it, or actually like it, comment below, and also turn on your notification bell, because when we drop a new video, you guys will get a message saying, hey, I just got a new video from Stack, just posted on YouTube. So that'll allow you to enter the contest again, because when we pick the winner, we're gonna scroll through all the comments, and we're gonna pick randomly one of the videos, and we're gonna pick one of the comments randomly and see if you kind of have a brain on your head, because we want to help out somebody that has a brain, not really somebody that's just being real, I don't know how you say it, just a dummy and a jerk just to get attention on YouTube or in the comments and stuff like that. But we want to see if you have a brain, because we want more brainiacs to ride bikes, because that's cool. So definitely leave them in there, because we're going to pick one of you guys to win the parts package. And then at 5,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away a free bike retailed at $300, shipped to you free of charge. And once we hit 5,000, we're gonna do the same thing. Go in the comments, check out somebody's, comment, see if we like it, and they go, oh, he's got a brain. Let's pick him, and then we're gonna announce it once we hit those subscriber limits or goals. So definitely help us out. We appreciate it. We created this channel for you guys. We want to give you guys something free and allow you guys to just be able to go on the web and figure out some information on the products that you're trying to buy or anything, because that's what the internet was made for. It was made for people just transferring information free of charge. So that's what we're trying to do for you guys. And by the way, it was called Mosaic. So just want to let you guys know that, and also just want to give you guys information and for you guys to share it with your friends and tell them, hey, you're bugging me about these bars or this, hey, check out this video, tells you everything about it. And yeah, pretty much. But like always, we want to tell you guys thank you for supporting our shop, stackbmx.com. Make sure you guys buy all your parts from us. Make sure you guys keep supporting us. Make sure you guys hit up our Instagram. It's stackbmx shop. We post a bunch of videos, all new products. If you buy something from us, you might get a shout out on there. Just a bunch of random stuff. We haven't really figured it out. It changes all the time. We're just having fun with it. But yeah, check us out. We'd like to thank you again for watching our videos. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the comments, all the love. Thanks for all the orders lately, because we've been super busy. I haven't really had enough time to post a lot of these videos because I've been so busy packing orders and trying to get them out to you guys. So we appreciate that. It always hypes us up when you guys order something from our shop. Super dope. If you want to know about other products and stuff like that, you don't have to go on YouTube. You don't have to search that. You can actually go to our website at stackbmx.com and just check out the parts that you're real excited about. And we might have a little video up in the corner or up on the top of it, on the verbiage, that shows like a video of the actual part and a review about it, so that you know what you're buying and everything about it. So rummage through there, check out all our videos. The more support you guys give us, the more videos we'll post, the more free information we'll give you guys, and we'll just keep this rocking. But thank you once again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.